Hello, my name's Linda Robson and I'm a mother, a wife and an actress. And in the past I've done many other jobs. I've worked as a barmaid, I've worked in a dry cleaners, I've worked in a chemist, I've been a temp in an agency and I've also worked in a fish and chip shop. Quite like the barmaid job, and I like the social sort of jobs and meeting members of the public. Always like that because, as you can see, I can talk quite a lot. So quite interested in meeting people and that. You know, people try to drop their dry cleaning off, and I'd have them there for an hour, talking to them. Oh, where did you get that from? That's nice, that blouse. Oh, did they do that in a size 16? I just think that you just have to keep trying. It's like I've got a 27-year-old daughter, Lauren, who she never ever knew what she wanted to do. You know, like when she was leaving school at 16, she'd always worked. She had a Saturday job from about 14, just in our local market, and loved it. You know, really, really loved it. Although she hated feet, she managed to work there for 2 years without ever actually touching anyone's feet in a shoe shop. So that's quite a feat, really. But yeah, so she did that, and then she worked in fashion, in the fashion industry, in PR and that, and quite like that, but still knew it wasn't what she wanted to do. And she tried lots of different jobs, and then a friend of hers said that they were looking for people at a local taxi firm, like one of the big black cab firms, just to answer the phones and that, and, you know, take bookings. And so she went along there intending to just stay for a short while, and quite liked it. And then she got promoted to a supervisor, and then she got another promotion, and she actually really loves it. And she's been there probably about 4 years now, and has worked her way up, loves like working with all the people in the call centre. She's got her own little office, and she absolutely loves it. So it's like, even if it doesn't seem like a good job at the time, sometimes something really good comes out of it, you know. And that's what I've always said, and still saying to my 18-year-old now, who's finding it quite hard to get a job. You know, just do so. Even if you don't like it, just do it for now, and then see if something else comes out of it. And a lot of the time, that is what happens. You know, you'll meet someone at work, and they'll say, "Oh, I know someone that needs someone to do this." It's like acting. You know, I'll go along and do something one day, and then people remember you and say, "Oh, would you like to do this?" Or, you know, "I remember working with you before. Would you like to do this?" So it's, even if you don't really like the job, 9 times out of 10, something else might come out of it. I think every time you go for an audition and you don't get the part, you feel like a failure. Or if you go for like a campaign or an advertising thing, or especially if it's something that you've really, really wanted and you've worked really hard, you know, like you've been reading the script for weeks, and then you don't get the part, then you think, oh, that's it, you know, I'm just going to give up the business. It's like, it's not worth it. I'm not getting the parts that I want to get or whatever. And then the next thing, you know, you get a phone call saying, oh, they want to see you for something else, or they're interested in you for something else. And so, you know, you do forget. I mean, even the film that's on at the moment, the Russell Brand film, I went up to audition to play his mum. It was only a tiny part, but I love Russell Brand, and I just thought, oh, it'd be great, you know, like, and I got really disappointed because obviously I didn't get the part. And my son went to see the film last night, and I went, oh, what was the mum like? He went, oh, she was about 70 and quite posh. So I thought, phew. They obviously went for someone sort of quite different. So that made me feel better. You don't feel so much of a failure. If it had been someone the same sort of age or whatever, then I think I would have been more disappointed. But most of the time, you just have to get on with it. Do you know what I mean? You have to pick yourself up. If I'm working, then it's M&S shopping. If I'm not, it's Tesco's or Asda's. There's been jobs, like a couple of theatre jobs or whatever. I turned up on the first day, and I was quite sort of scared, and I thought, oh, I don't really want to do this. It was quite a big play, and it went into the West End and everything, and the director was quite scary. I'd met him at the audition and everything, and I thought he was fine. Then when we got in on the first day, he made everyone put their scripts down and sort of walk things through. One actor went out at lunchtime and never came back, and it sort of thought maybe I should have done that as well. But actually it was just his way of, once you got to know him, it actually, you could see why he was doing it. He was making us all sort of bond with each other and rely on each other, and you could see why he was doing it afterwards. But just at the time, I just remember thinking, don't really want to do this. I mean, especially first day, you don't know each other. Everyone was sort of new to it, and it was just really, really scary. You just wanted to run away. But actually, when we went back the next day, it all seemed much more normal, and everyone had sort of met each other, and we'd all sort of bonded a bit, and it was actually fine. Whereas that actor that left the first day would never know that, because he hadn't give it a chance, really. I just would have been happy working with people. I think it's really important, members of the public or whatever. I love chatting to people. In fact, I'm probably one of the only people that gets in a taxi and the taxi driver shuts the window so I don't have to talk to her. Oh, no, it's her. She's going to keep talking now.